It's not as passive as one would think. You'll watch clips and promos of someone waking up, they check their phone, they made so much money overnight, you have that passive income lifestyle now. But that's not how it works. Everyone wants to make money in their sleep. That's amazing. But it is so much work. You have to first build the course. The entire time you're building this course, you're not earning anything. And then once you launch it, you have to promote it. And once promotions are over, you will naturally see the sales decline because you're no longer promoting it. There is no, I did that. Passive income, here I come. That doesn't exist.
Hello and welcome to the Art of Selling online courses. We are here to share winning strategies and secret hacks from the top performers in the online course industry. My name is Dominik and today's guest is Arnell. Arnell is an ESL teacher and a YouTuber with over 1.3 million subscribers, known for her clear and practical English lessons. She's the creator of Gravotion, the growing learning platform for students worldwide, and a popular workbook author. Alongside her work helping learners build confidence in English, she's also a full-time mother of 3. Today we are going to talk about what it really takes to build a successful online course business, not the passive income versions you see on YouTube, but the actual real version behind the scenes. So we'll cover why online courses are not passive income, why Arnell believes you shouldn't follow most advice about the audience growth, and why thinking in 10-year chunks changes how you build a business. Arnell, welcome to the show.
Hello, Dominik. Thank you. I love that introduction. Thank you so much.
Thank you for joining us. So can you take us back to the beginning? How did this all start for you?
That question has kind of thrown me, Dominik. I wasn't expecting to go back to the beginning. I was absolutely petrified of putting myself online because I'm an introvert. I'm actually a very, very private person. So the thought of starting my own YouTube channel, the thought of becoming a personal brand actually petrified me. I didn't want to do it, but necessity dictated that I did. I was in a situation where my kids were tiny. I think when I started, my son was only 4 and my twin daughters, they were less than 2. So I had 3 little kids at home, living in a place where there really wasn't much opportunity to go out and find a teaching job. So I thought, I have to make something work online. I'm going to do it. I'm going to start a YouTube channel. I'm going to open an Instagram account. I'm going to do all that. And that's how it all started. Necessity.
Nice. That's perfect. And at what point did you realize that this could become a real business and not just a YouTube channel?
There wasn't one moment. It's not like I had a light bulb moment or, oh, this is it. Oh my God, this is happening. When I started my YouTube channel, I didn't know what to expect. I think you can read a lot about starting a channel, but until you do, you don't really know how much you can earn. You don't really know how quickly you can grow. So I thought, if I could earn enough to buy myself 1 cup of coffee a month, I would be so happy. That's how I first started. I'm like, okay, is this even possible? Because when I first started, I thought, you can't really make money on YouTube. That's just what people say. You know, people say that, but it's like a sales tactic. So I think it grew from there. Okay, can I afford to buy myself 1 cup of coffee with my YouTube earnings? Oh, yes, I can. Is it possible to make it my main source of income? Yes, it is possible. So I think it was a very slow process. There wasn't one moment. And even now, there aren't any kind of one moment epiphanies or light bulb moments.
Okay, it's a beautiful story about how you started with the small steps, and right now, just on YouTube, you have over 1 million people. So
yes,
what do you think you did differently from other creators? Is there anything that you can point out?
What I did differently? I think I actually didn't do anything differently, and I'll explain what I mean by that. I teach English, and online, all the topics I teach already exist. I am not teaching anything new. The English language already exists. The topics have been covered 1,000 times, but I think you will attract the people who like your style. So even though a video I make already has 100 other videos on that same topic, people like my style. And I think that's how it works. So anyone who wants to start a YouTube channel or any website, personal brand, don't worry about saturation. You are your own niche. So what I did differently, I was just myself. I was myself. I taught in the way I wanted to teach. I edited in the way I wanted to edit. And that was that. There's no magic magic answer I have for that question.
Well, I think the answer is pretty much perfect. You have to be yourself instead of just copying other people. Just
Yes.
be your own, be yourself, and do how you think it should be done. So
Yes, and you hear a lot about this in course creation, becoming a YouTuber. Find a niche. You have to find a niche.
exactly.
Yeah, you do need to have a niche. My niche is teaching English as a foreign language, but you are your own niche. You as a person, your voice, who you are, how you present, that is a niche. There's no one else like you. So don't worry about it. Don't worry about saturation and competition.
Exactly. You also said something really interesting before, that people should stop following advice and instead they should create what their audience needs. So can you talk more about how someone finds their own voice and builds an audience in their own way instead of copying others, as we just discussed?
Well, before you start, I think you need to know what you're gonna do. I think there are a lot of people who don't really have a clear idea of what they want to teach, what they want to present, what videos they want to make. You don't want to be random. So I think the first thing is, what exactly are you going to do? So for me, it's clear. Teach English. Find what you're going to do and then start. You have to start. I think there's a term I really like, paralysis by analysis.
Mm-hmm.
If you start analyzing too many other people, if you start listening to too much advice, you're not going to get anywhere. So make it clear. What do you plan on doing? How long can you do that? In terms of teaching English, it's really endless. The topics, I won't ever run out of topics. So start from knowing exactly what you're going to do.
Yeah, first step is finding a direction and then just getting started with it.
Yes.
You said it beautifully.
Yeah.
The most problems people have starting any sort of business, especially the course business, is they just wait for it to be perfect, to make perfect video, to edit the perfect videos, to find the perfect platform, just making everything perfect. But it takes so much time, and over time, something new will come up, a new platform, a new kind of editing software and stuff. So the main idea is to just start with it, and then as the time passes, you are able to differentiate and do other stuff on your own and actually build your business.
Absolutely. I mean, I think if anyone wants to, check out my very first YouTube video. I can tell you, before I published that, I was literally sweating. I was so nervous because I'm a perfectionist, and that's not a good thing. There's the idea of, oh, yes, I'm a perfectionist. No. I have learned being a perfectionist really slows you down. So in the beginning, for maybe the first year and a half, I kind of wanted to apologize for the videos I was releasing. Just, this isn't how I want it to look. This isn't my vision, but just take the video. So just get started. Don't worry about it being perfect. Kind of like you said, just don't wait for that perfect course.
Exactly. I mean, people are there for you, for your value that you're providing. They're not going to
Yes.
Notice any of those small editing stuff and that it's not edited as good or something else.
Oh, Dominik,
it's more about the
let me
value.
tell you one thing I did. I filmed an entire video and I had a microphone clipped here and the cable was hanging down. My perfectionist brain, after I edited, I was watching the video, I was like, no, this isn't usable. Oh my God, my microphone cable. Everyone can see my microphone cable. That was a problem for some reason. I filmed that entire video again and I made sure the microphone was tucked in so you could just see the microphone here. And this is what I mean. In the beginning, that was my perfectionism really slowing me down. Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah. So don't do what I did. Don't focus on those unnecessary things, really.
And tuck in your microphone.
You should probably check before you film. Yes, I won't go into all the mistakes, but that was one of them.
Perfect. What I also see with a lot of course creators is that YouTube becomes the engine of the business, but email is where the money is usually made. So the goal becomes not just more views, but more viewers turning into email subscribers. So how do you currently move people from YouTube onto your email list?
Well, I would say I'm going to be very open about it. My email list is my weakness. So I don't actually attract, I don't try to draw anyone's attention to my email list. I have the link. It's in a few places on my website, but the real traffic is from my YouTube channel, directing them directly to Gravotion, which is my online platform. And how do I do that? In every video, I put a little promo. I have a pre-recorded promo and I put it in there. You know, I do all the usual things. I link the link when I pin a comment. I'll put it in my community, my Facebook, my Instagram. And once in a while, I'm not really good at this, I'll send out an email to the audience I have on my email list. But no, I don't really do much with the list. So Dominik, you have to help me. You have to help me get through this barrier.
Exactly. Well, since right now most of your funnel happens through the social media, you're
Yes.
also getting 700,000 people viewing your content per month.
Yes.
Is that correct? Yeah. So
Yes.
the benchmark we usually see with other course creators is that you should be getting roughly 0.5% of the views onto your email list. In your case, that means you should be getting around 3.5 thousand people onto your email list every month.
Okay.
At the moment, you have a list of 10,000 people, right?
The last time I checked, my email list is around 10,000.
Exactly. So it means that in just 3 months, you could already double your email list. Now, what we usually, how we usually structure this for other course creators is we look at your business, and since you already have the hardest part solved, which is the attention, we want to structure it in a way that first you want to turn viewers into the email subscribers. Then you turn those email subscribers into the first-time customers. And then you turn customers into repeat customers or members. Now, when those three pieces are working together, the business becomes more predictable in a way. So for you, it could look something like YouTube brings people in. You have a free lead magnet that gets them onto your email list. Then you have a welcome email sequence that introduces your membership that you already mentioned. And then you run regular email promotions with your products. Now you have a full journey instead of just content and occasional promotions or emails that you send every few months. Now, lead magnets should be offered in pinned comments and descriptions. You mentioned that you are currently offering your membership instead. Now,
Yes.
People love free stuff. I mean, who doesn't, of course? So offering something as a lead magnet first lowers the barrier of people becoming your potential customers. So if you offer something as a lead magnet first, something for free, which could be a PDF or something, it makes people feel more ready, become your future customer in the future. So they got something free for you. It's low entry. They just give you their email address and that's it. We usually do those with pinned comments and descriptions. And you can start with your most popular videos at the beginning first. So you don't, if you have 200 videos on your YouTube channel, you don't have to go through all of the 200 videos. You can just go with the most popular first, which gets the most views. After that, you set up a welcome email sequence. So how the welcome email sequence works is that you want to introduce yourself first. So you deliver the lead magnet, and then you have a day-by-day email sequence where you first introduce yourself. So,
Dominik, I'm writing this down.
Perfect.
This is like my own lesson.
You definitely.
So you're teaching me, and hopefully I'm helping some of your audience.
If someone didn't hear this before, you should definitely take a pen and write this as well. So first, you introduce yourself, who you are, what's your expertise, how you started with this business of sort, and why you decided to do that. How are you helping other people get better at what you're teaching? Then you start talking about the products that you're offering, your business overall, your membership in this case, and you also follow up with people that already purchased your membership, your course, or whatever. So you show them the testimonials of other people. Now you are, in a way, creating a value ladder before showing them your actual product. So you are increasing the perceived value of the product that you will offer at the end of the welcome email sequence. Now, after 5 days, after you introduced yourself, your business, your expertise, and your products, you will offer them something at the very end. Those are the last 2 days. So you can, in your case, you will be offering the membership. So this is where you can talk in more details, everything they will find inside the membership, and you will again have some sort of promotional price or extra bonuses that you can offer as well, and all the other stuff. Now it's much easier for people to buy your course or a membership in your case, because over the course of the 5 days before, they learned more about you. So they engaged with your content, they engaged with your emails. They learned more about who you are. They know why you are so good at what you're doing and why they should buy something from you. The idea is to make them want to buy something from you before you even offer them something in return, because you made it so clear that you were able to help them that they want to buy something from you. Like, please give me something that will help me with those problems that you recognized during those emails that you sent. What we usually see as the benchmark for the welcome email sequence is 0.5% of the people to convert into paying customers. Now, those people that buy are 50% more likely to buy something again from you in the future, which is where those regular email promotions come by as well. And that's how you then introduce your other products and future offerings that you will have.
I see that. So I don't have a welcome email sequence, but what you described sounds amazing. But I see that with my workbook sales, because I have my membership, but I also have my store with my workbooks. And it is true. People who have bought from you once, they're more likely to buy again because they know you, they like you.
Exactly.
So that is nice to be able to apply that to an email list. Yeah.
Exactly. It's because once they buy something from you, they see the amazing value that you're providing to them. Now they know that if they bought this from you and it was so great, everything else that you offer to them is going to be equally great. So they are more likely, now they trust you. Now they know the amazing value that you're providing, and now they're more likely to buy something again from you in the future. And now you have this real army of the followers that will buy anything that you have to offer. That even goes for the high ticket sales. If you will ever offer something more expensive in the future, they are more likely to buy that because they know the value that you're providing. So the higher ticket items must give value as well.
Yeah.
Now, earlier you also said something that I think more people need to hear. You said that online courses are not just a passive income. So why do you think the passive income idea became so popular, and what's the reality people don't see behind running a course business such as yours?
I think the whole idea of a passive income is really appealing. And it's sold very well. You know, you'll watch clips and promos of someone waking up, they check their phone. Oh, you know, they made so much money overnight, and you are on the passive income. You have that passive income lifestyle now. But that's not how it works. I had another teacher who also sells courses, and we were kind of building our courses. Long story short, I had a course I made years and years ago when I first started out and didn't know anything. So during that period, we were all about the passive income, online courses. And she wrote me and said, you know, it's not as passive as one would think. And I think that sums it up perfectly. So why are people so interested in this? Because it's enticing. Everyone wants to make money in their sleep. That's amazing. Everyone thinks that, okay, you know, I'll just have this rolling in the background and I can do something else. I can have my full-time job and have this course rolling in the background. But it is so much work. You have to first build the course. The entire time you're building this course, you're not earning anything on the course itself. How long does it take you to build your course? That depends on the creator. And then once you launch it, you have to promote it. And once promotions are over, you will naturally see the sales decline because you're no longer promoting it. So you have to constantly keep people updated. You have to update your course. For me, it's my membership. I love interacting with my members. It's an ongoing process. There is no, I did that, I did that, I did that. Passive income, here I come. That doesn't exist. And I don't think anyone who's made successful courses will tell you that's how it is.
Exactly. A lot of people think that it's just you creating a course, you put it online, and then just the sales will happen in the back end, and you can chill on the beach, and that's it. I mean, there is some sort of truth behind the whole idea of the passive income, but the reality is very much different. And people should really think of the course businesses as a real business and not just something
Yes.
that you can run on the side and do something else
Yes.
as well.
Yes, and Dominic, going back to what you just said, that there is truth to this passive income. So, building a course, it's a lot of work, but of course there are so many pros. So yes, if I go on vacation, then yes, I can. If I'm not actively teaching, if I'm not actively working, there is a trickle. There is a trickle of members joining, workbooks being sold, and you could say that's passive income, but all the work was done up front. And when that vacation ends, you got to just keep going with it. So yes, there are absolutely perks to it as well.
Exactly. You also said you think in 10-year chunks, which
Yes.
is very different from how most people think online, where everything is about just quick results and stuff. So, how does that thinking long term change the way you make decisions for your business?
When I first started online, this was I think beginning 2019, I very much had that mindset, okay, what video is going to work? Okay, I have to build a course. I have to sell this course. Okay. You kind of think month to month, day to day, you check your analytics every day. I had the realization slowly that, I'm a teacher. I'm going to be working for at least the next 30 years. I have an entire career to fill out. Um, Life is going to be just as exciting in my 50s and 60s as it is now in my 30s. And what do I want that future to look like? So I think in 10-year chunks, absolutely. And how does that look now? I am not trying to make anything polished. And that is what Gravotion is. For me, Gravotion, the reason I'm calling it Gravotion, not Arnell's Everyday English Platform or Arnell's World, something like that, is because I want it to grow beyond me. One day it's going to be its own independent company. And people who join may or may not know that I'm the one behind it. And that's my goal, to make it an international company. And I'm giving myself not 5 years, not this year, really 10-year chunks to grow it. So I think by not naming my membership after me, that was a decision I made. Taking it slow. I'm in no rush. I'm learning. I'm seeing what happens. I'm not thinking about next year. I'm not thinking about 2 years. I'm thinking about, okay, in 5 years from now, what do I want things to look like? So it's patience, I think, to sum up my answer. Patience is what is fueling me at the moment. And it's not easy.
Exactly. And that's a
It's really not easy.
great
Yeah.
standpoint. So you run your entire business yourself and you haven't outsourced. Why is that important to you?
Well, once again, I'll go back to the very beginning, starting my channel, how do I build a course, all that. And you hear a lot about you have to outsource to free up your time. You have to delegate, just free up your time, outsource. And that just never sat right with me. I kind of feel it never clicked. And I kind of think, what can I outsource at the moment? I write my lessons. I'm the editor, and I like the way I edit. I have tried to hire a couple of editors, and it just didn't work. Because I teach English, there's a very specific way I want it to look, and you kind of have to be an English teacher to know what I mean. If I say underline this grammatical term,
Mhm.
they may not know what that is. So I've tried editors. It just doesn't it doesn't work for me. I think first and foremost, I like doing everything myself. That might be different. I hear a lot of YouTubers have a team. You hear them speak about their team. But I like writing my videos. I like editing. I like doing my live streams. It's really me. It's my voice, and I can't outsource that. But I do have some projects coming up that I will need help with, and I do feel I can outsource. So I think if it doesn't click with you, if it doesn't feel right, you don't have to outsource. I've managed to write my workbooks, sell my workbooks, have my course up and running on my own, and you can do it too. And when you feel like it's time to expand, time to grow, then you can look at outsourcing. But for me, it hasn't really ever clicked to bring anyone else on the team.
And you made it so far, which is amazing.
And I made it, and you can too. So if anyone's listening and you don't even know how to set up a camera, you don't even know what you're gonna do, don't worry about hiring someone to make it better. Just start back to that. Don't wait for perfect. You can do it. You can absolutely do it.
Nice. And if someone listening to this is at the very beginning, maybe they have a small audience, maybe they are just thinking about building a course, what would you tell them to focus on first?
What to focus on first? Build an audience, whether this is your YouTube channel, Instagram, TikTok, anything, or your email list. You have to build an audience. You're not going to sell if no one even knows what you do. You have to, your selling actually begins way before you even create a course. You create videos, you create content or emails, or you send out helpful emails. You're kind of selling your course before you even started. You have to build an audience. So if you have a very, very small audience, I don't recommend investing and building a huge course. It's going to be very hard to sell.
And as we already mentioned, just start. Do not wait to make it perfect.
Yes.
Do not worry about the mic not being tucked in.
Oh my God, don't do that. Yeah, I have more stories, but I'm not going to share them with you.
So, build your audience, start, and
Yes.
Everything else will fall into place.
Absolutely. You'll learn as you
Arnel-
go along. I'm still learning, and I can't wait. And I'm really thankful, Dominik, that you shared a little bit of your expertise on building the welcome sequence and all that. And I'm going to definitely look into that some more.
Of course. Arnel, thank you so much for coming on the show and sharing your story, your insights. I think this episode will help a lot of course creators understand what it really takes to build a successful online course business. And for everyone else listening, if you enjoyed this episode, we have a couple of other episodes that you should definitely check out. That's the episode number 234, How to Actually Make Money with a Small Audience. It talks about building a successful course business with just the right offer and the right funnel. And also episode number 212, How I Made $1 million Selling Online Courses on YouTube. In that episode, we talk about how course creators build audiences on YouTube, and more importantly, how they turn those viewers into the email subscribers and customers. Arnel, where can people find you if they want to learn more from you?
Absolutely. Just search for Arnell's Everyday English. I'm on YouTube, of course, Facebook, Instagram, and check out Gravotion. You can see Gravotion is very new, so that's Gravotion, Gravotion, Gravotion.com. I started it just 5 months ago, so it's new, it's growing. Check it out. And you can always send me a message, write me a comment somewhere. I'd love to hear from anyone watching this episode.
Thank you so much for coming on the show, and thank you
Absolutely.
everyone for listening, and I'll see you in the next episode.